So prior to touching base with SonoSpine, I had pretty. It wasn't constant, but I had pretty recurring. As I got older, I had lower back pain that was getting progressively worse. Probably over the last 5 to 10 years was the most notable part. And the last couple years, it would get to the point where when I'd have, I'll call it a flare up, when I'd have an event, it could put me down like literally bedridden for almost 2 weeks, where it was literally like it was so painful and my back would be so curved because I was just in knots where it just took that long. And that was really what drove me to start looking at some options, where it had gotten so bad that I just thought something's got to be structurally wrong. Mm-hmm. So beforehand, the year before I had, because I had 2 surgeries. So the year before well, not a full year, but 9 months before the first surgery, I had one of those events and I was literally almost bedridden for 2 weeks. And it was at that point, it was just like, okay. And that's when I first reached out to SonoSpine and had a discussion, but then didn't do anything really for another 6 months. But the one thing I'm doing now that I wasn't before is I'm sleeping soundly. So it seems silly, but it was a life changer. Like I didn't realize how miserable I was from really not sleeping well for an extended years, because I would just toss and turn because my back hurt all night long. And now I sleep pretty soundly. And so it's made a huge difference in my quality of life from that perspective. It was tremendously helpful. So, as I mentioned, I'm in Houston and I had the 2 surgeries in Phoenix. So, and everything kind of being remote, it was this was during COVID. And, I did fly out. Now the dates are getting all wrong. I guess I flew out, I think in February or March of 2021. And that's when we decided to go ahead and do the first surgery, which was in May of 2021. And so I did that piece in person, but everything else before that and everything else after that was all virtual. And so it was super helpful to work with Meredith and others to really kind of guide me through it. And we ran into a bunch of roadblocks with insurance companies and getting things pre-certified and all that kind of stuff, but they were super helpful in kind of clearing out all the debris and making it as smooth as possible. Absolutely give it a shot. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain. And it may end up being that it's not for them, and that's okay. I'm super happy with the results I had, and I think if I remember correctly, just to get kind of that initial review of your MRIs or X-rays or whatever, it's like $100. It's, in my opinion, it's $100, but it's money well spent, and it's worth it, if nothing else, just to get another opinion on maybe what you're hearing in your local, from your local doctors and hospitals.
Now I can work out.